refilming the intro to this video because I ended up that after I filmed this whole painting, well, not the whole thing, but almost the whole thing, that I probably have to redo it again. I still thought that it was worth posting though, so that you guys can see that even someone who is an illustrator for their profession has to redo things and messes up and still has a lot to learn. So anyway, you can watch this video if you want, but I didn't want you to be disappointed at the end that I didn't have a finished product yet, but I plan on it. I'm going to conquer this beast painting. And anyway, so enjoy, and I will get on now to what was the original video. And this poor Sammie, she has no idea that she has to redo this painting again, so you can feel really bad for her. Before I show you the process of making this, I wanted to show you the original piece that I did in September of 2016. So it's been almost 2 years, and I feel like a lot of things have changed for me. I usually don't draw bunnies sitting like a real bunny sits anymore. I think that I actually, yeah, I did. I found like real photos of rabbits, and then I basically just like put scarves or sweaters on them to reference. But anyway, so this is the piece that I'm trying to redo to see how I would do things differently and change them. It is interesting because as you will see in this video, I have a lot of stress and thinking about the lighting, and I don't think I was like really that concerned with that here. I just painted it, which in a way is kind of like nice, but also I want to improve. So anyway, but I wanted you guys to have a starting reference point to know what I am working from. So yeah, enjoy. Hi guys. I am in a curtain because I'm in a hotel right now, and so I'm creating a nicer background. But anyway, we're on a little trip, but I am still working, and I am today working on redoing my little burrow illustration. And I had actually like started a watercolor and even started videotaping for it, but I decided that I didn't like the composition after I started the watercolor. So I don't really know if I'll show you guys any of that process, but I will show you what it looked like. So basically I decided that it was like feeling too open and too like grand inside the burrow and not like cozy enough. So I kind of changed the composition, and I think it's a lot more dynamic now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So this is what I had started, which is like a horizontal orientation, whereas the original was vertical, and I fit in like more furniture and stuff like that, but it just doesn't feel cozy to me, and like the bunny's so small. I wish I could do more detail, like that's the size of it. So anyway, I am redoing it, and I have done this sketch, which I just feel so much better about. Actually, even just like looking at that next to it is really helpful. So anyway, I just added some fun like little vegetable roots type of things growing out of the tree. Some little like garland that's gonna have lights in it, but also like berries and stuff, and a stack of books, some firewood, cozy little couch. She's cooking, and he's reading his book and looking over and smiling at her. And I layered the rugs. So anyway, only thing I'm still considering about it is, well, is maybe, I guess I'm gonna do like dark brown around the burrow to make it like really underground. And up above, I wanted to make it feel like it's really cozy in here, so it might be like rainy or something. And I was thinking about putting like a banner at the bottom in the center that says something like the coziest day of the year, or something like their name, like their like so-and-so's burrow. I don't know. I'm still deciding about that, but anyway, the only trouble is that because I'm in a hotel and I don't have my scanner with me, usually I would just scan this into my computer and then I would clean it up and print it on watercolor paper so that I didn't have to redraw it. but I can't do that, so I will have to redraw it. Okay, so it took me about an hour, but this is the sketch, and I redrew it on my watercolor paper. The hardest part about it was getting the dimensions to be somewhat similar and fitting everything in with like the same feeling, because it loses the coziness if I mess up the dimensions of anything. So like I had to like take my ruler, I had to measure the couch, measure how far it is from the ceiling. I had to do that with everything. So it took me like an hour just to redo the sketch. I'm starting now to put in some Copic marker because that has to go in before pen, because it will smudge if I put it over top of my pen. And then I'll also do my watercolor. So I will video that for you now. One of the things I realized after starting this second watercolor is about lighting, which is something I struggle with so much. And it's like, I get how shadows work, but I have trouble creating a glowiness. And so I decided to go back to my Pinterest to some of the illustrations that I have saved that are really inspiring to me, that I like to reference for their use of light. This is an illustration by Chris Dunn, and as you can see here, the fire is like a really, really light yellow, and it's kind of giving a glow to the whole room. Everything is pretty much like normal colors. Like this chair is still green, there's still like red and blue on this rug, but the edges of like the furniture have a little golden line on them. And like this lamp is virtually white in it. And you know, when you're a kid, you think that a flame, like, you know, you draw a flame and you make it like red in the center, orange, and then yellow on the edges. And I feel like still have that idea in my head, and it's like actually almost the opposite of that in real life. Like it's really pale and then a little darker and then like orange around the edges. So I'm kind of struggling to decide how I'm going to deal with this, since I've already painted, if I'm going to go over with white paint or if I'm going to fix it in Photoshop. This next one, this is one by Holly Hobby. It is a Toot and Puddle illustration. It's one of my favorites, and actually, she actually has string lights in it like I have. But whereas I have put an orange dot in the center to represent like the light and then like yellow around it, these are just straight up white. And it's just so much better, and I'm really frustrated. And her little lamp again is white, and then the glow is yellow. Same deal here with the fire. The fire is like virtually yellow with some little bits of it's virtually white with some little bits of yellow on the edges. And then it's kind of shining across the floor, and again the furniture has that highlight on it. These two illustrators, Holly Hobby and then the previous one with the moles, Chris Dunn, they're just masters at this kind of thing. So anyway, I have a lot to learn. Well, I'm getting kind of frustrated with this painting. It's really like hitting all my weak points. So it's just taking forever, and I kind of have the feeling that even if I spend another 7 hours on it, I'm going to not be happy with it. But I'm going to try to push through. I really don't want to have to restart it again, but but I really want to have this scene and be able to like feel like I can create this type of scene. So anyway, after I was feeling kind of dejected, I did a little bunny painting for fun, just to kind of redeem myself. But then I started, well, here, this is my Pinterest. You can follow me if you want. I post all kinds of things, but right now I have this bunny house board where I'm collecting pictures that show lighting of fireplaces and stuff, and so I'm working on that. The hard thing is that like I like a lot of the ones that look more like this, but those have window light, and my burrow doesn't have any windows. So it's probably going to end up being more like this. Whoops. Like this. So anyway, but yesterday I decided it would be a good idea to try and do some paintings. I'll just keep double clicking. To do some paintings based off of some of these photos, to try to just like paint lighting from a photo instead of from my mind. So I did this, and then from that, this was my painting. So, I mean, it's not perfect or anything, but it was definitely a good challenge. Again, this one has like window light coming from here, fire coming from here, and then these string lights go, and they're behind the pillows. So anyway, it was a good test though. And I am gonna look at my painting fresh today and see how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see the finished result of this painting, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss when I finally do post that video. And if you want to become a patron of me, you can follow the link below and subscribe starting at $1 a month, and you will get a special coupon each month along with videos and things like that. So check it out. Thanks.